Hi, and welcome back to It Figures. Tonight I actually have two reviews for you, and it's something that I normally don't do on this channel, and I think I should do more of it, and I definitely don't do enough of it. And I don't know if I've ever actually done it. And this is going to be a review of the die-cast Hot Wheels of Batman the Animated Series and the Batwing from Batman the Animated Series. So let's first take a look at the Batmobile. Now, when this show actually came on, I was a huge Batman fan because Tim Burton's Batman was out in the theaters, or it had just come out in the theaters. And then we get a Batman animated show, which I don't think we've ever actually had in a long time anyway. That was just a really cool, dark Batman show. And when it came on TV, it was one of those things that just blew my mind. It was just like, it was as good as it got. And I always loved the look of the Batmobile, and I still just really love the Batmobile from the animated series. I think it just has a really great look, and it's still one of my favorite looking Batmobiles, next to Tim Burton's Batmobile. Now, I actually have another one of these, and it's a much smaller version, as you can see. So I don't know when this came out. I saw this at Walmart and picked it up because, again, I love the Batmobile. I love the look of this. And let's see. Yeah, I don't see a date on it, so I'm not exactly sure when this one came out. But it's much smaller, but it's still cool looking. And you see, of course, I never opened it up. But this one, I think, has much more of the look that was from the animated series. Plus, it's matte colored and it's not shiny, which I think the animated series was like that. I don't think it was a very shiny car. So it looks like in this series, it comes with the animated series, the duck from, I guess it would be the movie, and the original Batmobile from Tim Burton's, and the tumbler, and of course the classic TV Batmobile. Now, I haven't seen the rest of these. My wife actually picked this up at Walmart, but if they look as good as this one, I might go back and pick up the rest of them because I really like this a lot. Alright, so let's open up the Batmobile and take a look at it. Okay, this is one really impressive looking Batmobile. It's going to be kind of hard to film it though because it's all black. There's not a whole lot of color going on here except for the gray here on the engine and the gray in the front. But just look how long this thing is. It's just a huge car. It almost looks like a coffin on wheels, and I think that's why it's just really cool. This thing is all made out of metal. There is no plastic here. This is actual metal. I think the windows were probably plastic. You take a look at the back of it. The back of it's really nice. It has the jet here with the back tail lights. I really don't think that there was enough done with this cool looking car. I mean, they do have the Matchbox cars, and I think they do have the original one, like the full size one too. But I mean, Tim Burton's is iconic, and of course the original Batmobile is iconic. And this one is just, it doesn't seem to me to get enough publicity because it is such a great looking car. And if you hold it up like this, it looks a little like Batman with his ears here and the eyes here, or it could be like the bat signal. And it's just a really cool design. It really is. So this is the bottom of it. And I should point out that the wheels are rubber and the inside of them are plastic. I guess that's the only part of it that is not metal, is the inside of the wheels, the hubcaps here. But yeah, the wheels are a really nice soft rubber. And now let's look at one of my favorites, the Batwing. As much as I loved the Batwing in Tim Burton's film, I think this perfected it. This is my favorite version of the Batwing. It is perfect. I love the simple, streamlined design of it. I love everything about it, and it's just a phenomenal looking Batwing. And of course, they based it on Tim Burton's Batwing because there really wasn't a Batwing before the movie. I mean, I think he had like a helicopter or something, and then of course when the film came out, they had this, and like I said, I think this perfected it. And there is a full-size version of this, and I've always wanted to get it, and one of these days I will get it. But this thing is awesome. Just like the car, this is actually all metal. I don't know if you can hear that, but it is actual metal, not plastic. The window here is plastic, but the actual Batwing itself is pure metal, and I love this. It has very little detail, and it doesn't need it. It doesn't need a ton of detail. It has a little bit of carvings here. You can see on the wing it has a little bit of a carving here, but the shape of it is just phenomenal, and it's incredible. And it came with this, actually. This is a stand, which I didn't even know it came with, to display it on. So let's put it on the stand. There we go. It's now on a stand, and it is a ball jointed stand, so you can move it, not a whole lot, but there is some movement, so you can turn it in a little bit of different positions, like not a whole lot different, but it's cool that they did make it a ball jointed stand. So there you go. There is my review for the Batmobile and the Batwing from Batman, the animated series. And one thing I was going to point out, my wife actually just pointed this out because she came over and looked at them, is they are kind of a magnet for fingerprints. So, you know, if you touch them a lot, you probably end up getting some fingerprints on them. But, you know, you can wipe them off, so it's really no big deal. But I love these. I really think they're just fantastic. And there is no bad here. I mean, I usually do a good and a bad, but if I had to choose a bad, it's not even really a bad, but maybe have the Batmobile have some moving parts. Maybe have the trunk, or the little trunk, have the engine open up, and the hood is what I'm trying to say. Have the hood open up on the Batmobile so you can see the engine. I don't even think they ever showed it in the show. I could be wrong, but and the Batwing, I mean, that's perfect. I couldn't say anything bad about it. It's just a perfect design. So there it is, the Batmobile, the Batwing, just incredible designs. I really like what Hot Wheels did with them. And like I said, I have not seen the other ones in this series, but if they look as good as this, I might pick them up and do the review on them. If you like this one, let me know if you want to see the other ones, and I'll bring them on here on the show. So thank you for watching, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my next review. And I'll see you next time here on It Figures.